Hey, it's Brian with Old Man New Tech, and today we are checking out the M300 totally waterproof, totally dustproof 70-watt speaker from a company called Uoudio. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, but we're going to unbox that coming up right now. But first, hey, sometimes I buy these speakers, sometimes they're sent to me, but I always give you my honest opinion on the pros and the cons with these speakers. So you definitely want to stick around to the end of the video where I run through what I like and what I didn't like about them. Now let's get on with the unboxing. Okay, so here's the M300 party speaker box from Uoudio. Pretty standard box. Let's see. I've got Pee Wee Herman's hipper brother on this side of the box, but
why don't you have a heart attack? Okay.
But I tell you what, you didn't come here to see a box. Let's see what's inside there. All right, and here's everything that comes in the box. We have our user's manual. We'll check that out later. I've got a USB-C charging cable. That's nice and long.
That's what she said.
And I've got a handy-dandy, heavy-duty seatbelt type strap. Check out these clips on there. And finally, we have the speaker itself. I can see two massive drivers in there. No tweeters, but two big drivers that'll be driving the bass sound. And on the ends, I also have passive radiators. On the top, I've got my easy-to-read controls. I like how they painted these orange. However, they don't light up, but at least they're easy to see. Power, true wireless stereo pairing, which I also like because it's easy to find that button and pair two speakers. I got volume up and down, play, pause, as well as light show settings, and then bass up. Also, you'll notice on top we've got two metal brackets. These are to hook the strap up to, and again, very tough, very sturdy. The front is a metal grate, also very sturdy. On the bottom, I've got two non-slip rubber pads, which you need with boom boxes like this because if you set them down on a surface, they have so much bass that they will vibrate right off the surface if you let them. On the back side, pretty flat, no texture really, but it's a flat black matte finish, won't show fingerprints. And then we have our access panel for all the accessories. We're going to pry that open with our fingernails. All right, we've got a lot going on here, guys. I've got a TF card slot so that you can load music onto it. You won't have to Bluetooth to a device. Same thing with the USB port. I can load a USB thumb drive into this with music and it will play the music. I also have the USB-C input for the power and the charging. This is a 10,000 milliamp battery. I've got a 6.5 millimeter jack here. Normally I see a 3.5 millimeter aux jack, but no, this is the actual size for a true microphone because this boombox can double as a karaoke machine. But let's seal that nice waterproof seal up. We want to make sure that we get this completely flush because you don't want to have water seep in when we do our waterproof test later because this speaker is IP67, which means that it should be dustproof and waterproof. But that is the M300 speaker in a nutshell. Let's hook it up and see how she sounds. All right, and so after I got it unboxed, I took it out, tested the sound on this thing, and I'm not going to tell you guys right away how it sounds. We're going to jump into that in a little bit. But first I want to run through some of the cool features with the Uoudio M300 waterproof speaker. First is the price. Now, you can find this on Amazon for right around 70 bucks depending on the coupons available on Amazon. So right now there's like a 10% discount, so I was able to get this down to around 70 bucks in my shopping cart. So head down below, I shot a link down below so you can check out the latest pricing there. Now this budget price is really something to consider when you're talking about a speaker like this because it is incredibly loud. It is 70 watts, which has a comparable loudness to some of the other speakers that I've reviewed on this channel. As I mentioned before, there are two drivers on this speaker. They're 35 watts apiece. And you've got this passive radiator on the end and one on the other side. Now this is giving me a pretty decent mid-range bass as well as some lower frequencies. And I do like the fact that there is true stereo separation on this speaker so that if you do get two speakers, you can pair them together and you'll have a left channel and a right channel for real surround sound. Now I know the sales materials on this say that the speaker lasts up to 12 hours and it's got a 10,000 milliamp battery And the sound level that I play it at, which is usually around 75%, I'm able to get about between 8 to 10 hours out of the speaker itself. Now this may vary a little bit depending on how much of a light show you have going on when you're using it. Speaking of the light show, we're going to power this up right now so I can have you guys check that out. You got to do a firm long press here. All right, pretty attractive. Now I got it synced up with my phone, and as we saw before, they have pretty clearly marked controls over the top of the speaker. However, they don't light up. Now this is Bluetooth 5.1, so I'm able to go outdoors with it, and I can get easily 80 to 100 feet away from my source device. And as you can see, I'm hoisting it up here. It's only 5 pounds, so it's relatively light as far as the strength of the speaker. I also am kind of digging the strap that comes along with it. It is a pretty heavy duty strap, and I do use these all the time now because I take them out on the boat with me and it frees up my hand so that I can carry the cooler out. And the strap is adjustable. Now back to the lights, I've got 6 different lighting modes. They're easily accessed by this button right here on top, so I can scroll through the different lighting modes, and I can bounce back and forth, change color. That's pretty cool. And I can turn them off completely if I want to. Now all this stuff is really cool, but doesn't matter at all if it doesn't sound good. So let's turn on some music here, check it out. Now you're going to notice when I turn up the volume here, you're going to see that volume level show as a separate indicator with the button LEDs. Now this is a 32 LED light show that you're seeing. Alright. About that volume. Yeah. Okay, I think I've heard enough indoors. It is a punchy bass of a boombox. So I'm liking the sound of the Uoudio M300 speaker indoors, and it's easy to impress indoors with speakers like this. But hey, let's go see what it sounds like outdoors and maybe put a water test in there too while we're out there. Alright, so I'm water testing the M300 from Uoudio. Let's see how this performs when I dunk it. Alright, it floats. Alright, look at that. Shake it off. Still working fine. Alright, and we're back from the outdoors. The speaker itself performed fantastically with both the sound and the waterproofing test. I've been able to dry it off and let it dry in the sun a little bit. It's working just fine. And I really dug the sound of it outside. I mean, inside is one thing. It's easy to impress inside, as I said before. But once I got it outside and facing forward, it's a great party speaker. It doesn't give you true 360 degrees of sound. You do have some sound coming out of these passive radiators on the sides, but you're going to want to place this on the edge of a party if you're doing something outdoors. Now it sounded clear outside. It was able to break through a lot of the outdoor noise that was out there. And the spacing of the drivers, I would like to see maybe a little bit farther apart so I could get some more sound separation in there. But overall, it had a really well balanced sound. The bass was thumpy and provided a lot of punch. The mid-ranges were clear. They did manage to get a little bit muddled when I got it up to around 100% volume, which is normal for a speaker this size. And the highs were crisp and clear. So yeah, overall, I really dug the sound. It's hard to find a speaker that sounds like this at this price point. And with that, I'm going to run right into the pros and cons. First, the pros. The big pro, the elephant in the room, is that this speaker is priced right. I mean, it comes in at around 70 bucks right now with the discounts on Amazon. And I tell you what, I'm shooting a link down below. You want to check out the latest pricing because at that price, these will run out of stock really quick. So that's a big pro because that rolls right into the sound itself. The speaker sounds fantastic. I like the design. The build on it is solid. It's built like a tank. The other thing I like, another pro, is this carrying strap. I never thought I'd be a strap sort of guy, but I tell you what, I like these speakers with the straps. They got a real sturdy bracket, metal bracket here on the top, and the strap itself is a durable, high quality strap. I'm able to sling it across my shoulder and free my hands up for when I go out and carry a cooler out to the boat or whatever. I also like the simple controls that are easy to use. And I like the fact that the M300 has a regular karaoke microphone jack. You also have other input options such as USB port as well as a TF card slot. That's another pro. And another pro is that this is IP67, which means that I can get sand, dust, and water on this speaker and it will have no effect on its performance. And you know us guys, we hate performance issues. Now, no speaker is perfect, so I do have to tell you about the cons. First, one minor con that I have is that the buttons, while I said they are clearly labeled, they don't light up in the dark. And I tell you what, when you're having a party, sometimes the sun goes down, you want to be able to see the volume control so you can turn the speaker up and down. Now, another con that I'm finding with a lot of speakers nowadays is that when you get a boombox that's this size, you're packing a lot of power into it. And often the sound audio quality can get a little bit muddled when you start cranking the speaker up above 80% volume. But that's it as far as the cons go. I mean, they're very minor, and other than that, I really am digging the Uoudio M300 speaker. And you roll all that into one recommendation. Well, I have to give it my buy now recommendation. Again, I'm going to shoot a link down below. Check out the latest pricing on it if you can find it available still, and pick it up. So I've got my party mix queued up. I got the boat in the water, and I'm ready to head out to the beach. I'll check you guys out later. Hey, this is Brian with Old Man New Tech. We can't make this channel happen without you, so please hit subscribe and smash that bell down below. And if you're looking for product links, you'll find them there too. Thank you.